Question and answer session.
Exciting program. The chart that you had up there, was that on some other entity and not Legal Shield? I noticed that there were certain limitations on the application of law or lawyers. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sounds like you have a legal background. You have a legal background?
No.
Oh, okay, sounds like you do. As far as the numbers up there are two different programs, one's $17 and one's $26. That's for our legal. One has additional pretrial hours, the other one has limited pretrial hours. Trial time's the same. My kids both have the $17 legal plan, and it's fine because they don't know things like sue me for what. I own 2 properties and 2 businesses. I'm more subject to being sued. And I wanted the extra for $9 more. It was like having all my pre-trial time covered as well as my trial time covered. And when I got sued this past year, I had an extra $8,000, which is 39.5 hours pre-trial. That's about $10,000 in pre-trial coverage versus if I had the $17 plan, I would have had about $900. So all my pre-trial and trial time is covered. So you can get either plan. You'll see both of them in there. One's 17, one's 26 for legal. Identity theft's $9.95. There is a premium identity theft plan. They just came out with this year because people wanted extra. And they do skip traces in your Social Security. They check about 84 billion websites daily. 34 billion websites daily to make sure nobody's using your Social Security number out there. They do sex offender website, make sure nobody's using your address. They do wallet protection where you can register everything in your wallet. And if you lose it, they take care of fixing it all for you, which is a bit of a nightmare. And they also do a personal persona to make sure nobody's saying bad things about you. That's an extra $10, and you can see those in the back of the website. So it's either $19.95 or $9.95, depending on the identity theft policy you want. Does that answer your question?
You mentioned Social Security. Someone hacked into my Social Security twice. And I had to take care of it at the office, 3-hour stints 4 or 5 times. Until finally it was settled. Would you handle something like that?
Yeah, they do the restoration. You sign a 1-page limited power of attorney, and a licensed investigator goes to work and does the restoration as long as it takes to bring your name back to where it was before the thieves got a hold of it. Now, if you're on the no-fly list, they might not be able to get you off of that because it's a federal thing. But when it comes, I have a doctor that just signed up for the service, and they have destroyed his life. And the Social Security Administration was, well, we'll change your Social Security number. That was their answer. I said, well, if you're going in the witness protection program, that's fine. But other than that, they still know where you are, where you live, and they're going to do it all over to you again because they're going to get your new Social Security number, and they don't even need that to mess up your life. So yes, they will take care of that issue for you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Right here?
Raise your
Yeah, one right
hand.
here.
There's the mic.
My homeowner's policy has something called ID theft. Where does your company compare to theirs?
ID theft, and a lot of people say ID theft, and it's credit monitoring. Banks and credit card company, even LifeLock, that $1 million coverage. Let me explain to what identity theft monitoring is. Monitoring is like you're on the way to Disney World with your family, and you get a call from the fire department saying, hey, your house is burning down. Oh, thank God, did you guys put it out? Oh no, we don't do that, we just monitor. It's burning quite nicely. The boys are roasting marshmallows as we speak. Monitoring is better than nothing, but you need somebody that's gonna fix the problem. And we're the only company out there that does complete restoration. We don't send you a packet of information and an 800 number saying, give us a call if you need some help. You sign a 1-page limited power of attorney, and a licensed investigator from Kroll is assigned your account. And as long as it takes to bring your name back to where it was before the thieves got a hold of it, that's what Kroll does. That's what they're experts at. And then we handle any legal battles that incur. So if somebody steals your Social Security information, and now you got warrants out for your arrest from the IRS because they want to take you in because of bad from jobs you've never had, or somebody steals your medical information, or somebody steals your driver's license, those are issues that become legal issues as well as identity theft. So we take care of the legal battles while Kroll fixes the identity theft. We work together to give you that hedge of protection that, to be honest with you, most of you don't have. And believe me, there's a lot of identity theft companies. And a lot of you may be victims through Target or one of those deals, and they give you free credit monitoring. They call it identity theft protection for a year. And it's just monitoring. Monitoring is better than nothing, but monitoring doesn't really fix the problem. And I don't know about you, but I'm not a forensic financial expert. I can't do that kind of stuff. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, or the expertise. Yes, ma'am.
Since you handle so many people,
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering how fast the service we can.
Well, as far as the law firm is concerned, You call the law firm, give your membership number, and within 8 business hours, an attorney that deals in that area of law will call you. Now, I've never had to take 8 hours. I've had to take 15 minutes, 3 hours, 2.5, depends on how busy the attorney is at the time, but they call you back and help you with your issues. In the identity theft, you have access to them all the time. You can get on the phone, call them any questions you want. They'll give you assistance, know what to do. You can ask any questions. They'll monitor they monitor every day. They're the most efficient company when it comes to forensic financial background work in the world. Yes, ma'am.
How is it different from an umbrella policy?
Oh, well, you're talking about insurance. That's different. Now, if you have liability insurance and things like that, that's a whole different ballgame. But that still doesn't fix your identity theft problem. And it still doesn't take care of your legal battles that incur. That just takes care of insurance issues. You talking about liability, insurance, that kind of thing?
Well, Allstate has an identity theft.
And it's monitored. I
On
understand.
your automobile insurance, and then an umbrella policy covers any of the financial fees.
To a degree, but they're not going to fix the problem. They just monitor your credit. They take care of some of the fees, but when it comes to legal issues, they're not going to take care of them, and they're not going to do restoration of your identity. They
Okay,
just
Ron has
monitor.
a question here.
Don't really have a question. I think this is an excellent service for $350 a year. It's like buying insurance. You buy insurance on your car, you have health insurance, you have insurance at home, and so forth and so on. So in essence, this is like insurance. However, this is a classic example of how our lane-brained, gutless elected officials have let us down. This country was founded upon you're innocent until you're proven guilty.
That's right.
They have flipped that around. You are guilty until you can prove yourself innocent, and you have to pay out of your own pocket. And if I get a bill from Chicago about an appendectomy or something, they're gonna play hell with me, and I'm not spending one damn dime. Because if they come after me, I'm coming after them.
That's an excellent point. That's a very
Okay,
excellent
Cindy?
You keep talking about 2 different things. I don't understand. What's the second one?
We're two companies that came together.
Okay.
Legal Shield is the largest legal entity in the country. We're all over the United States of America, Canada, and Hawaii. Kroll Background America is our identity theft company that came to us. They're a global company. They have 2 type of clients.
Right.
Governments, Fortune 100 companies and Fortune 500 companies, and then us. You can't hire them yourself. In fact, when Target had this issue, I think Kroll was the company they hired to
Okay.
try to help resolve their problems because it's a nightmare problem to fix.
So when you join this program, let's say, if I'm to sign up, I get the protection of both?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. And I was-
Absolutely.
I keep
Yes,
hearing
ma'am.
Crow, and then I keep
Yeah,
legal services,
I'm
and
sorry.
I'm a little.
I talk fast, I'm sorry.
Could you please go over one more thing,
Uh-huh.
because this is confusion. Because you can pay $9.95 a month. What do you get for $9.95? It's on.
$9.95 is strictly the identity theft policy. Now, if you have it, if you only want identity theft, and you can get that as a standalone product, it's an extra $5 as a standalone product, it's $14.95. But with the legal plan, they drop it $5, so you get the $17 legal plan and $9.95 for identity theft. So, because if you have an identity theft issue, about 80% of the time, you're gonna have a legal issue, and Kroll's not a law firm. That's why they can't, Kroll didn't need us. If all they needed to do was protect your identity, then they could have done that on their own, but they knew they needed legal help because they're not a law firm, and that's where we came into play.
So
we
you
work
deal
together.
basically with civil and tort law, not criminal law?
Yeah, we do criminal law.
You do criminal law, felonies?
Now, if you wanna shoot your neighbor, or rob a bank, or drink and drive, we don't do that for free. That stuff's discounted 25%. You wanna go sue all your neighbors or get divorced, that's 25%. But you're getting sued, you're covered. You wanna, just the normal stuff of life, 90% of what you would normally use an attorney for, because listen, we're not bad people, but bad people, things happen to good people every day. And it's not because we're trying to do something wrong, we just don't understand the law. We use common sense. How many know that common sense and legal sense don't very often match up? So just to be able to pick up the phone and talk to an attorney and say, what do I do? How do I do this? What are my rights? Can I do this? Can they do this? You know, and just to know what your rights, and have an attorney write a letter. Typical attorney to write a letter costs about $500. You have an attorney send out a letter with 40 attorneys' names at the top of it. Better things happen than you and I trying to take care of things on our own. Does that make sense? Yes, ma'am.
Another question.
Uh-huh.
Is the $9.95 husband and wife?
Husband and wife, if there's kids are covered up to 21 at home and married, 23 in college, full-time college. If you're a legal guardian for a child that's mentally or physically handicapped, they're covered for life as long as they live with you.
So,
One fee, the entire family.
One fee,
Yeah.
whole family.
Exactly. And you don't have to be married. You don't even have to be, you can be same sex. We cover you all. We don't discriminate.
Okay.
Yes, sir?
How do you spell the word, the Kroll back?
Kroll is Kroll. Yeah, if you go to Kroll.com, check them out. They're huge.
Okay, we'll take another question before we, anybody else? Okay, hold on here. Vincent, you have a question?
How far does this legal protection go? For instance, suppose somebody owed you
Put your
money.
close mouth close to the microphone. Thanks.
Suppose somebody owed you money, let's say. What do? Do they go to court for you? Do they get a judgment for you? Do they pursue the judgment? How far do they actually go?
How deep's your pocket? No. If you're gonna sue somebody else, that's not paid for, that's discounted. If you're getting sued, that's a different issue. But when somebody owes, like this doctor I just signed up, whose life's been ruined by identity theft, he has an issue where he paid $34,000 for a new phone system, and they did a lousy job, and he canceled the contract, and now he can't get his money back, and he's fighting them. And the first thing he's gonna do when he got his service is he called the attorneys. The attorneys are writing a really strong, hard, letter from a law firm saying what's gonna happen if this doesn't get taken care of. And most things get taken care of with just one letter from a law firm. They know that you're not gonna go for an attorney for a $500 or $1,000 issue, but when an attorney sends out a letter, that goes to the legal department, not to the guy you're arguing with on the phone. Better things happen. But if you wanna hire them, then you can hire them at a discounted rate if you're gonna sue somebody else.
Okay, well,
This is not a program to sue everybody with.
Okay, one more question here, and then we're gonna.
Man's got a lot of good questions.
You said that your company, Legal Shield Kroll, works with different organizations, et cetera, that hire them. Okay? You have on the website, is there a list of different organizations that you've done work for?
No, they don't list that. I mean, if you have a specific you want to find out, but we do work, there are over 34,000 companies. Now, we don't do organizations per se, like nonprofit and stuff like that. This is for a for-profit business.
Okay.
So we do a lot of
I belong
businesses.
to a union, we have a legal service, we're allowed unlimited number of hours on the phone, and they're writing letters for us,
Right.
et cetera. I don't know, does the legal service, it could be Kroll, I don't know, or Legal Shield, is there any way to see?
There are a couple other legal programs out there that deal with large companies of 500 employees and above. One is Hyatt Legal, and the other one's ARAG. And they work like an HMO, where you're a discounted $85, $95 an hour customer, and you got access to about 300 different attorneys that sign up for this program. And the problem is, now they're competing with 300 other attorneys, and their regular practice is taken off at $200, $300, $400 an hour, and this $85 HMO customer came along, and they were treated like an $85 customer. So, yeah, we did business that way for 17 years. We stopped doing it 25 years ago.
I already got your coverage.
What union are you with?
UFT, United Federation of Teachers.
Yeah, I doubt, it may be us, but I doubt it. There's a couple different companies out there. If you want to call me, I'll give you my card. We'll talk later and look into that.
Okay, John, I want to thank you very much. Let's give him a great hand.
Thank you so much for your time.